Hello everyone! Finally, Ubisoft was kind enough to offer me early access, so today I can provide some pro tips before the character even comes out to jumpstart your game as soon as it goes live. I have played multiple hours with the best players this game has to offer, and I'm confident I can provide some quality tips to step up your game. Just a reminder, I'm not the guy that will read you the moveset. There are plenty other YouTubers that already do that. I will let you know tips and tricks that added up will greatly improve your gameplay and make your opponent intimidated the fuck out of you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, so without further ado, let's just jump into it. Tip number 1. While charging your bash, you can target switch multiple times when facing 2 or more opponents. This is used to confuse your opponents and force a reaction out of both enemies. You can charge it a bit, then switch to another opponent, or you can get wild and switch multiple times, not to just confuse your enemies, but yourself as well. Tip number 2. After a landed bash, the follow-up can be target switch on a different opponent. This is done to interrupt people trying to punish you and to be safer in general. After the bash, lock on the other opponent and either press the light follow-up, which is a very fast 400 millisecond light that usually won't be blocked unless the opponent expects it, or a heavy follow-up that has instant hyper armor and 38 damage. I would personally usually go for the heavy follow-up if my opponent is in that health threshold. Tip number 3. You can actually let your level 3 charge bash go only when you see your opponent dodge early. If you see your opponent dodge on level 1 timing, just let the charge bash go. If you see no reaction, feint into guard break or into nothing. Or if you have a hard rate that the opponent will not dodge at all, just let it go. This is a method of playing her safe at a higher level too. Tip number 4. As an opponent against Warmonger, you can dodge all her bash mix-up. The input for this is dodge, and if you see her keep charging the bash, unlock to commit for the roll. This will make you safe from all the bash, but can be beaten by early feint into guard break, or feint into dodge attack on a hard read. Tip number 5. Her tier 4 is extremely strong, but here's a little neat trick that will guarantee you free damage. Once you pop her ultimate, either a zone attack or a light attack is guaranteed from the hit stun, allowing you to easily start your chain while doing extra damage and extra heal for yourself. Tip 6. Usually when you apply corruption on a player, his first instinct will be to roll away from the fight. You can counter this by GB spamming him to keep him close and make his teammates separate from him, or chase him down when he rolls with a dodge attack for free guaranteed damage. Tip number 7. When you get corrupted by her, don't ever run into your minions or your allies, especially in big mid team fights. Roll into your enemy's minions, but never into your own minions or into your own teammates. Tip number 8. In an anti-gank situation, neutral lights are very safe as they are enhanced and cannot be punished with guard break on block due to their follow-up heavy potential. Even following up a heavy and feinting it is enough to bounce off a guard break attempt, while a normal character gets guard broke on unblocked light. Tip number 9. If you early dodge as soon as a warrior dashes forward, you will avoid level 1 bash, but also recover in time to dodge again on her level 3 bash. This is good to do it from time to time when you're out of stamina against her, but she can also counter it with a level 2 bash. Tip number 10. We can zone option select on other characters in a teamfight with her. This can be done with any character, but works very well with her because of her good hitboxes on zone. This is done by target switching on another person when pressing the zone on parry timing. Tip 11. If you gank with Warmonger and you guys are coordinated enough, on a heavy parry you can get yourself a heavy before your Warmonger follows up with a parry counter. Then after that, as soon as he finishes his full parry counter animation, you get another heavy for up to 90 or 100 damage. Tip number 12. Her unblockable heavies have some pretty okay hitboxes, making them useful in teamfights or 2v2 if targets swapped properly. This way, you force your opponent to either eat an unblockable or dodge it, and reduces the options he has to defend from it. Tip 13. If you get parry on an out of stamina opponent and you are low stamina yourself, her parry counter is not the worst option as it recovers you to full stamina while pausing opponent's stamina for around 2 seconds. Tip 14. She has a pseudo forward dodge slide because the recovery on her forward dodge is only 300 ms. This is more of a teamfight move in your arsenal as it doesn't have much purpose in 1v1. Tip 15. Her out of stamina max punishes are very simple due to all of them being the same. It is light into top heavy for 50 damage or zone into top heavy for 51, but more stamina cost. Personally, I would just stick to light into heavy. Tip 16. Speaking of max punishes, next up are her out of lock punishes. On a top heavy you get a free side heavy. This is what you want to do if you see someone executing or out of lock for some reason. On both dodge attacks you get a guaranteed light. This is important if you try to catch hold someone. And her side heavies and zone attack guarantee a light follow up. Tip 17. When you have your tier 1 up in a big team fight, make sure you get your teammate to guard break an opponent for the applied corruption. This is very important, especially in mid lane, as her tier 1 is, without question, the most broken fit in the game. Tip 18. All her executions are long 50 HP executions, but I'm gonna let you know which one is the fastest and which one is the slowest, in case you need to pop that quick X in a team fight. Evisceration is one with the fastest time to kill at 1.8 seconds, with a total of 5.5 seconds for the full execution. Humiliation is her longest execution, that kills at 8.3 seconds and lasts 10.6 seconds, used for delaying enemy respawn or when they're about to break, to have the highest chance of the opponent not being able to come back. Tip 19. All of her lights are enhanced, which, as I said, will not only aid you in anti-ganking, but are useful for ganking tool with longer hit stun than a regular hit. When you see your teammate unblockable incoming, a well-timed light can help guarantee it. Tip 20. An occasional gank you can do with her is to guard break for her level 3 bash. Timing doesn't really matter, and it nets you at least 60-70 damage. The way you want to do it is when you see your Warmonger teammate charge the bash, guard break as soon as possible to guarantee it. After he landed, apply a heavy, and if you guys are handy enough, you can go for a follow up and Warmonger can guarantee it. Alright, hopefully with this information you'll have a good start with the new hero. I know matchmaking will be very cancerous for Warmongers every game, so I wish you best of luck. If you liked the video, please do leave a like and also consider subscribing. Till next time, wish you the best, Mr. Starboy.
Man.
Not doing the light attack. He did it, but
Oh,
I'm doing the rolling away bullshit.
it's okay. It's just rolling bullshit.
Oh, okay. Don't look down for you.
I can't even chain light, dude. Fucking hyper armor. man. They have to GB spam, man.
Man. Man! Okay.
Oh, man. This is going on TubeU.